Now, many people dream of travelling around the world, but could you imagine doing it without stepping foot on a plane? Well, here's one man who's done just that.
Over the last 60 years, over 1,000 people have climbed to the top of Mount Everest. Hundreds of people have trekked to the North Pole. 12 people have walked on the surface of the moon. But so far, nobody's ever been to every country in the world without flying. Until now!
Graham Hughes is here in the studio. You're mad.
Thank you very much.
You're absolutely mad. Why do it?
Why not? I mean, it was a Guinness World Record attempt that no one had done before. I love travelling, I love going to new places, and I kind of wanted to show that the world is a bit more accessible and easy to travel around than most people think or will believe.
I mean, there's an interesting sting in the tail with all of this, isn't there? 201 countries. You've been to them all, but you've got to go back to one tomorrow.
I do. I'm going back to Russia tomorrow to get my official stamp into the country, because last time I went, I didn't get a stamp. I just waded across the Narva River, got on my GPS, and it said I was in Russia. I came back, and the Guinness World Records people aren't too happy about that. So I'm going back to Russia to make amends, and hopefully they'll accept that, and I can finish my journey.
And then you'll be done and dusted. I know you've been doing this for charity as well, haven't you? Water Aid, which is, and I guess in a lot of the countries you've been to, particularly where we think of the specific parts of the world, that actually you can see where the sort of work they do is vital.
Absolutely. I mean, it's horrific that 2 million children are dying every year from diarrhoea, which is something that's very easy to prevent and very easy to treat. It's very cheap to treat it. And it's one of those things the government should be doing, putting in the infrastructure for clean, safe water and sanitation, and they're just not doing it. They're spending their money on guns and other things that governments around the world spend their money on. So it is a very important charity. It's very basic, and I really believe that every human being should have access to clean, safe water as a basic human right.
It's incredible, isn't it? We all like to go on holiday when we can, and part of that, for a lot of us at least, is to immerse ourselves in a bit of local culture. Yeah. I mean, the different cultures you must have seen over the last few years. I mean, what stands out for you, and what horrified you?
So, well, I don't know about horrify me. I mean, you see a lot of poverty around the world, but in some countries where everyone's poor, the people seem to be happier because there isn't that huge gulf between the very rich and the very poor, which seems to make people generally unhappy. So I didn't see anything particularly horrific in that respect. But when it comes to culture, the places I've been to, I stayed in Papua New Guinean villages. I was the only Westerner there. I spent last Christmas with a Fijian family for Christmas. We made an earth oven in the morning to cook all the Christmas food. And in the afternoon, we spent the afternoon just eating food and watching Pixar movies, like at home. So it's this amazing sense of this culture. It's kind of familiar in one respect and then unfamiliar in another, and bringing that all together.
How long did it take you? It must have been incredibly lonely all that time.
Well, it took me 4 years. 4 years and 1 month now, because obviously I'm going to go back to Russia. But no, I didn't find it lonely, because I was always with people. Whether I was travelling on a coach or on a bus, I was never the only person on the bus. There was always someone to talk to. And you can get over language barriers and things like that. When I was in Burkina Faso, I ended up chatting with 2 guys who were deaf. They had an international sign book, and we had this conversation about 3 hours, and they were showing me all the signs and things like this. So there's ways and means of communicating.
What I want to know, sorry, just very quickly, as an avid traveller, you know, often people travel all over the world. Where's the one place that you go back to first of all?
Ooh, probably either Palau or the Seychelles, definitely for a holiday. Palau is this little island nation in the Pacific. It's beautiful, it's unspoilt, and it's really worth returning to.
Once you've done this, though, once you've been back to Russia and your, 25-hour journey, whatever it's going to be to get back, and you've got this, and you're in the Guinness World Book of Records, what next for you? Because, I mean, you must have got that sort of wanderlust now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wanted to make more travel shows. I self-filmed a show for the National Geographic Adventure Channel while I was doing this journey, and I'm hoping that's going to be a springboard for more adventures in the future. There's plenty more places for me to visit, there's plenty more places to go, and there's more adventures to be had. And, you know, I'm not retiring, I'm not hanging up my hat.
Watch this space. Graham, good to see you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.